Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Let's see. Hey Boldly Grow, how are you? Thanks for being here. And Ecocentric Homestead. Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. I'm looking forward to talking about fun things to grow in the garden, favorite things to grow in the garden. We had quite the rain today. It was probably 1 or 2 inches of rain, and everything is a little bit wet. I was walking, well, I got home and I let the dogs outside, and one of the dogs started chasing a bird, and then both of the dogs started chasing the bird, and they're running through the puddles, running into neighbors' yards. They've never done this before. So they're running into neighbors' yards, chasing this bird. And so I ran and got rain boots on, and I'm like trudging through the mud puddles after them. And they were completely ignoring me. So it was not a great start to the afternoon, but they did not get hit by a car. They're here and they're in trouble. Those little rascal dogs are in trouble. So they will be on watch for the next few times that we let them outside. Hey Natalie, how's it going? It's been a while since you're so busy over there with your garden. I'm excited to see it planted. So yeah, how is everything for all of you going? So it sounds like Boldly Grow, you and you're Chris, right? Is your name? Sounds like the rain hasn't reached you yet. Well, it might not reach you because it kind of, remind me where you are. Are you near Syracuse? They were chasing, I don't know what kind of bird it is, but it's one of those birds that like swoops really low to the ground, and they always act really crazy after it rains. And so they were going crazy after this bird. And we have one dog that's a rascal, and she's just not very behaved, and the other dog kind of just follows along. So okay, so you're near Albany, that's right, not Syracuse. So yeah, I don't know if you'll be getting any. We'll see. You'll have to let me know. Hey Botters, how are you? So guys, I am excited to talk to you about, right? I'm glad they're back too. Where'd you go? Are you working laundry? Yeah. It's buffering a lot again. Okay. Sorry if it's buffering, guys. I'm noticing it's buffering on my end. So, garden, yes. The garden is doing okay. A lot of rain. But I wanted just to talk about some of my favorite things to grow, and I wanted to hear about some of your favorite things to grow. So, and I'm really itchy because I have mosquito bites like all over my legs. No, you haven't missed much at all. Only 3 minutes in. So just talking about dogs being crazy and disobeying and running after birds. So it would have been a sight to see. I was like just running through the swampy fields of rain, puddles everywhere. And I still have some mud on my legs from it. So we are trying to do a cleaning day today around the house because we have been just completely neglecting cleaning for the sake of the garden and the barn. Let's see. So tell me about what you guys are really enjoying growing right now at this phase of the gardens. I know everybody's kind of at a different point. Like I know Botters already have tomatoes, and I know Natalie, you're just getting your garden started for the year. But I'd love to hear about what you guys are really enjoying growing right now. Let's see. Okay, see you in a minute. I'm guessing it's obviously not Drew. So you've got one sunflower and one zinnia. So that's something. Those are two actually of my favorite flowers to grow for sure. And then the other flowers that I love growing which I know you will as well, dahlias. So we have some dahlia tubers that we planted, and they're just starting to come up. So they're like this big. Yeah, I would have to say probably peonies are gorgeous, but I have a peony plant, but I wouldn't say I'm growing peonies because they just grow on their own. Oh no, Chris, I'm sorry to hear that. The rain and cold. Yeah, it's been a hard year for us New Yorkers. It's been really hard. It's especially hard. Like we have a few raised beds and we have our hugelkultur bed, and things seem to be just fine there. But wherever there's been lots of rain and the drainage isn't great, things aren't doing so hot. We've got tomatoes and peppers doing nothing. So are they planted in the ground and they're just kind of not growing at all? Because I can relate, the peppers are really slow. Beans, peas, and squash. That's awesome. Well, what do you enjoy growing out of those things? Like, what do you find is more, like for me, I'm really enjoying, well, I really enjoy growing potatoes. Potatoes are really fun to grow, which reminds me, Natalie, did you plant those potatoes that you had flying around? But this year my potatoes flowered and they're really pretty, and that was actually one of the pictures in the thumbnail for this live is potatoes. Let me see what else. If they all grow well, a wall of flowers along your front fence. That's awesome. What kind of flowers did you plant? I planted a wall of sunflowers, all different kinds of sunflowers at the end of our garden, and they're all germinated, they're all growing, so I'm really, really excited about those. It's probably gonna take a long time, maybe like August, late August, early September when they'll actually be blooming, but it'll be exciting. The insectary mix going. Oh, good, I'm glad to hear that it's glorious. I'm glad I picked out a good seed collection for you guys. What's going on with your tomatoes? Tell me. You put the face palm, and now I'm really curious. And yeah, Chris, I agree. Peas are really fun to watch. We have two kinds of peas. We have some that are, I think they're going to turn purple or blue. I can't tell. Right now they're yellow. And then I have some other ones that are just your standard sugar snap peas. And they're just starting to come in. And I've had a couple of them and they're really tasty. It's like right now it's just like a little garden snack, but hopefully they'll pick up their pace a little bit. Ooh, those are some of my favorite flowers. Asters. I've never actually I don't know much about asters, but zinnias, sunflowers, nasturtiums, marigolds, all such wonderful flowers to have in the garden. I have some zinnias that are finally starting to bloom, and they're really pretty. We have some in the hugelkultur bed and in the in-ground bed, and I planted some right near my tomatoes the other day. You gonna come hang out?
Yeah.
Yeah, come hang out with me. Do you guys want Chris to come hang out with me?
You guys?
I think you do. I'm less boring when I have company. Classic sugar snap peas. So they're growing for you though? Let's see. Ow, my hair's cut.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. What was I going to say? What did you think of the snap pea that you tried the other day?
It was tasty. It was just a quick experience. I didn't have a very strong opinion about it, but
oh, that's cool. 2 daisies stacked. Hi there, Chris. Lots of flowers, nasturtiums, lupines. I think we have a lot of wild lupine in our area, actually. Nasturtiums, yeah, our nasturtiums are doing well too. We have dahlias that sprouted and are growing, and then we have a couple that never did anything, so I'm kind of bummed about that. I'm hoping maybe they'll pull through and maybe they're just slow to start, but I'm kind of bummed about that. The snaps are growing. No, so you don't have any peas yet, but you've got the plants growing. Yeah, they're slow here because I don't know, I feel like they grew really slow. Like I see people and their peas are already gone and ours are just starting to come. It's classic, like living in the north. Everything's just so different of a season. So
it's been such a harsh start to the year weather-wise too. So
I know. We have some baby tomatoes forming. They're like this big.
Very baby.
Yeah. But they're gonna be probably pretty quick, some of them, because the cherries, they'll be earlier, hopefully. So yeah. Oh, it's on top chat. I just realized that. Not that changes anything. But hey Josh, how's it going? So you're on vacation, not on vacation, you're traveling for work, or are you just at work? I know you were headed down to Ohio soon, right? And we just got a big rainstorm today too, so we're kind of right there with you with the excessive rain this spring. How is your garden holding up with all the rain? There's a little bit of a delay, so I'm just kind of waiting for friends to respond. I'm tired.
Me too.
Oh, you're in Cleveland. Is it weather-wise a bummer there too? I was just looking right before I started this live that we're just one subscriber away from 2,000 subscribers. So that's pretty exciting.
We're 1 away now? You said 2
yeah,
like half an hour ago.
We're 1 away.
Oh, wow.
1 away from 2,000 subscribers. So that's pretty cool. And just like a fun little milestone. I love reaching new milestones. And thanks all of you guys for being the key supporters that are always here. Let's see. You just got your garden planted. Well, you know, better late than never, right? Oh, you spent years in Cincinnati. I have a colleague that lived in Cincinnati for a while and really loved it. So bought her kids watermelons coming in. Wow, you guys are so far ahead of us. It's kind of crazy.
Seriously.
Our watermelon plants are like this big right now. And I wanted to ask you, what happened with the tomatoes? You said you found out, and then I was like, what happened? And you didn't answer me, so I really want to know what you think happened to them. Let me see if I can show you guys the little baby tomatoes we've got going on. I have a picture of them. Hey, Joshua. Got 2 Joshes here tonight, 2 awesome Joshes joining the party. I'm trying to pull up a picture of my baby tomatoes. They're really small. Look at that little guy. Itty bitty.
There's not that many of them yet either, right?
There's probably like 10.
Oh, you have 10 now you found?
Yeah, probably like 10. And my tomatillos right now are like that big. So, but I do have some ground cherries that are like that size. So that's pretty cool. Planting time here is late May, 2 weeks late this year. Yeah, we were pretty on time with what we did last year, but what we did last year was later than what we could have done last year, if that makes sense. So we weren't too late, but things are slow because of the extensive rain. And that's really cool. Are you gonna do 3 sisters with the sunflowers and corns? You should look into it. It's really cool. I don't know if you're already planning to do that. We're doing the 3 sisters with our corn, and I always really enjoy doing that and just learning about it. It's a really cool method of using space. I've heard the same thing, Chris, about ground cherries being really difficult to germinate. They took a long time for me to get them to germinate, but they did all germinate eventually. I did have them in the house where it was like close to 70 degrees, and I don't know what else I did. I just made sure the soil stayed moist, and they eventually germinated. I think they took about as long as peppers, about like 10 days. And awesome about the ground cherries sprouting. I'm excited because I sent you guys I sent Matt the pineapple ground cherry seeds and he sent you guys them. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you to try them. They're so good. Your squash is overpowering your corn. We wait for the corn to be like this tall before planting the squash. So, and we direct seed the squash.
Give it a
So,
little extra time.
yeah, you just have to give it some time. It could be that it is stunted. Last year we had corn that was really stunted. All of our corn was stunted.
Yeah. Sometimes corn
is just not. Corn is not super easy to grow. I always think, oh well, tons of farmers grow corn. You know, it must be easy, but they're growing it with tons of chemicals and stuff, and it's a lot different growing it naturally in your backyard.
Yeah.
It also likes to have a lot of other corn with it.
Mm-hmm.
Third attempt growing ground cherries. Well, if you were closer, I would have been able to share some with you, but you're still a little far in Albany. Although every now and then I'm in the area.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
I was in Utica recently.
Yeah, he was in Utica.
And we'll be in Utica again.
Yeah,
soon. In a couple weeks.
Hey, Nana Grace. Thanks for being here. How are you? Also, in other news, so we've got the almost 2,000 subscribers. Exciting news update. I guess it's not really news. That's pretty cool, and we're excited about that. And the other thing is tomorrow is our anniversary. So 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. So that's cool too. So lots of cool things happening. Yeah, you're very right, ecocentric. Some seeds do need really, and it's not even just like varieties, like even across different varieties. So like peppers are in, is it genus? Is it their genus that's all the same, but their species can be different? So I think there's species like a bell pepper plant is different than a habanero pepper plant and what it needs to germinate. Like the hot peppers, like habaneros specifically, and some other hot peppers are in a different species, I think it is, and they require extra heat to germinate. And so certain things too, it's like even more complicated than just the category. It's like the variety too makes a difference. Let's see. You've got rain, so you're happy about the rain. So funny. So funny how some people are like in a drought and some people are just getting slammed. Like we're getting slammed.
Yeah.
We got a lot of rain today. We had 3 days of sunshine and warmth though. So I think, and we're about to have 3 more days of sunshine and warmth. So I'm really, really grateful for that. We really need that. Mexican sour gherkin. That's awesome. And that's so early. That's really cool. Were you in Texas?
It's in Dallas.
Yeah. Okay. So I have heard that. How long did it take for them to like really start growing quickly? Because I have heard that they start really, really, really slow, and then they grow really fast once they're a certain size. Ours right now are like little. They've got like a few sets of true leaves. They're really little. And Josh, an anniversary 2K sub present
gift for us for our anniversary. It's 2K subs.
Are we gonna have to give a gift?
No, he's saying that's our gift for our anniversary is getting 2K
subs. I thought you were saying we should do a giveaway. I was like, I'm too busy right now to try to figure that out. But yeah, that's a good gift. Anniversary gift. Well, we should hopefully get 1 subscriber in the next day or 2. So that would work. Yeah, Natalie, it is really interesting. You know who told me that is the owner of the seed company that I really love called Fruition Seeds. So yeah, she's really, really wise about all that good stuff. And I've never had it either, Josh. I have heard really good things about it, and I'm really excited to try it. We have an arch trellis that has a few, what's it called? Sour gherkins. They also call them something else too, right? Cucamelons on each side of the trellis, and then we interplanted Armenian cucumbers, so they'll all be kind of coming up together. And they did fine germinating, so that's good. We could use some of that heat though. I don't really see any heat coming in the next.
Supposed to hit 80 on Sunday.
Really? I mean,
so.
80 though isn't like.
It's better than what we've been getting.
Okay, let's see. So Josh says it took a month for them to sprout, a few weeks to start climbing, and then they took off. Okay, so probably in the next few weeks they'll start to take off then, once they start climbing. A lot of things are planted at the bottom of the trellis, aren't climbing the trellis quite yet. They're just little babies. Little babies. We do have a lot of things sprouted though. It's kind of in the early phase where everything's like germinated, but nothing's
really taken off too
really
much.
Growing or blossoming yet. Wow, you guys are warm where you are.
Wait, 90?
100 in Dallas. Yeah.
Is he just in Albany?
Yeah, but you know, there's different climates.
I know, it's just surprising.
Interesting. Monday and Tuesday you're hitting 89, 90, and we're like 3 hours away from you. And Monday and Tuesday we're hitting 7, 8, 80. Yeah. So we're about 10 degrees lower than you guys. So you should have some plants that like really, maybe they'll enjoy it. Maybe. Yeah, we've got I think there's this one variety of tomato that I'm really excited about this year. It's called Honey Drop, and it's like a sun gold but multicolored, and so that's one I'm really looking forward to. Do you guys have any tomato varieties specifically that you're most looking forward to fruiting? It's going to be another at least 3 weeks for us before we have anything getting close to ripening. And yeah, we've been the same here weather-wise, same like perpetually. It's like it's just been like kind of like a never-ending April.
Yeah, perpetual spring more than fall.
Yeah.
Early spring.
Fall and early spring are so similar though, so I see what you're saying, Josh. Black Beauty. I'm not growing any of those.
That's a tomato?
Yeah.
Is it actually black?
There's also a Black Beauty eggplant. Yeah, it's like
the fruit is or the plant is?
The fruit is like dark blue, I think, blue-black. And I think it's a cherry, right, Natalie? Your wife sent you an article, Michigan, under average sunshine for 12 straight months.
Not that where you want to be.
Sounds like Rochester. Although we have under average sunshine, always sunshine every month of
under average nationally. You mean?
Yeah, we're like the lowest. We're like the lowest sun. I swear we have the least amount of sunny days of like any place. Probably like on par with Seattle.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure how. I know the snowfall totals. I don't know how the sunshine compares across different states, but they don't all have sunshine farm.
No, we are a sunshine farm in a state that doesn't, or in a region that doesn't get a lot of sun. So we are the sunshine in the state, I guess. Boop, boop, ba-doo. Sweetie tomatoes. What?
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Natalie got a bunch of black plants for Tommy, and I just imagine him being like very broody or something and wanting all black things.
It is funny that he likes black plants. I love that. Black beets. What are the ones that are black? The black carrots. I think black nebula. I think I have some of those. And beets. Black beets, or are they just like really dark? I guess nothing's really
beets are black, really dark. So
black Versage. I got some of those free seeds from he's broody. Apparently he's really broody. I got some of those free seeds from Baker Creek, but then I think Jess mentioned in a video that she didn't like them and like they didn't like the way they tasted, and then I was like scared of growing them. So dressed like that kid in Wedding Crashers. I can't picture that.
I can't think of who that is, but it's been too long since I've seen that movie.
And Chris, about your tomatoes, what, are they growing slower than others? I noticed like what was happening with me is I would bring out everything outside, and the things that were pretty established would be fine when I brought them outside, but the little tiny things that were still really small at that point, it slowed them down a lot by having them outside too early. And so then I ended up with a bunch of really immature plants. that next year I'm going to be better about making sure that only the really mature plants are going outside so that I don't slow down the small ones. So I had a bunch of peppers that were just so small when I put them in the ground that like half of them died or just didn't do anything and never really grew. Boop, boop. Yeah. Sweetie tomatoes. It sounds similar though. I mean, familiar. Sounds familiar. I've never grown them before. I'm also really looking forward to the Napa Chardonnay blush because they've just been such interesting plants the whole time. They're they have almost like a purple tint on their leaves, and the fruit is purple right now, ish, right? Isn't it kind of purple? Now I'm gonna check that picture again. Well, no, it's green, I guess, but the plant is very purple.
The plant is definitely.
So I'm looking forward to those. Oh, so you direct seeded your tomatoes and peppers? Gotcha. That's hard. I've never heard of people doing that in upstate New York, or I guess you're not upstate, you're mid-state.
Sounds like.
Yeah. So the greenhouse that you got, did it like fall over? Did it get destroyed by weather? I'm curious to hear. And where did you get it from? We were just watching a video, a Charles Dowding video, and he had a high tunnel, and it was making me really jealous. Yeah, I think it's just so hard to direct seed tropical plants in our area because we're so not tropical. Oh, I'm jealous about that.
I want to be drowning.
I want to drown in fruit. Oh gosh.
Hopefully in a few years we'll be drowning in fruit.
Yeah, this year it's really hard to plant an orchard and just to wait. It's hard. You look at it and you're just like,
yeah,
come on, give me some fruit. It's gonna be a long time.
Craving it constantly.
I know. Like I really dream of peaches. Our peach trees look great outside, but they're actually happiest of any of the trees, I would say.
I think so.
Yeah. Bye, Natalie. Have fun with Broody Tommy.
See you later, Natalie.
Give him all the black plants. Wind took it across the yard. Did it take? I'm guessing it took the plants with it. Yeah,
Probably.
we get a lot of wind in New York.
Although I was talking to my coworker yesterday who lives on Lake Ontario, and he made me feel a little happy to be where we are from a wind perspective because it doesn't sound like they get many days without wind up there.
Lake Ontario, where does he live?
Right on the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it sounds like you moved to a lake and you realized that you didn't know what wind was like, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so what else do you guys like to grow? So, let's see. Well, what do you like to grow? What do you like to watch grow?
What do I like to watch grow?
What do you like? What is your favorite thing for me to grow, us to grow?
I mean, we've talked about this a few times. In terms of eating food, potatoes are one of my favorites. But in terms of seeing grow, it's kind of hard to beat tomatoes in terms of like how beautiful they are. And
tomatoes are really fun to grow.
Pleasant they look on the vine. I'm sure I could say the same about peppers if we had had more success with peppers up to this point, but we haven't really had a ton of successful pepper harvests aside from the poblanos last year.
Serranos.
Or Serranos is what it was.
But that was most of our peppers.
That was most of them.
And they did really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pepper, I'm looking forward to see how our peppers do this year. I think that will be exciting.
Yeah.
I would be probably most excited for that.
Do you want to let Junior out?
I don't know.
Our cat is like tearing apart that room.
Our cats have been going crazy all afternoon.
Yep. The dogs ran away. The cat's freaking out. All kinds of stuff going on here, guys. Let's see. We're growing probably, I don't know, 20 different kinds of pepper plants. Maybe 15 or 16 different kinds of pepper plants. Maybe more like 20. So that's exciting. Got the crazy with you.
Hopefully this will keep me from being crazy.
Oh, that's awesome, Joshua. What kind of peppers are you growing? We have a couple that are starting to fruit. I noticed, which one was it that was starting to fruit? Some of the ones I bought some starts because a lot of ours weren't doing so hot, so I bought some starts. There was one that I know, paprika peppers paprika peppers are starting to fruit. Strawberries.
Yeah.
I'm having an issue with like slugs eating my strawberries. I think it's slugs at least. Pretty sure it's slugs. They're eating them, or like little caterpillars once they ripen. So I'm trying to get to them first, but we've had so much rain that the slugs are out a lot more. But I'm also growing spaghetti squash this year for the first time. They're all germinated, doing them in a couple different hills. So that's cool. I might plant some more pumpkins too, because we have some extra space. I might as well plant stuff. So I might plant some more pumpkins. Jalapeno, serrano, and Tabasco. Those all sound amazing. Jalapenos are probably one of my favorite peppers, and serranos the same. We had so much success with them last year, and Tabasco are beautiful and so prolific. So that's really awesome. Oh, awesome, Chris. I'm glad to hear that. Our strawberry harvest is pretty much done for the year. We just finished it. We probably got like a pound or so.
Yeah, maybe, ultimately.
Maybe about a pound, but we ate most of it from the garden. I mean, I did.
Yeah, she got first dibs.
And I threw them in smoothies and stuff like that. I just threw them in smoothies with the tops on them because why not get those greens in there? I agree. It is a really bad year for slugs and ants. And welcome, Heritage Farms, Texas. I'm glad to have you here. Sounds like you guys are in Texas, where it's nice and toasty, and you're probably not dealing with the same excessive rain and slugs and ants. And so, Josh, you've noticed that with ants too, and same with Chris. You guys have both noticed that for ants, because I have seen an excessive amount of ants in the garden.
And we have prolific ants in our house.
Yeah, we do have some ants in our house. I wouldn't say they're that bad. It's like one area, and they just keep coming.
I would say it's lasted longer.
It's not like
normally it's a finite period of time where we get ants in the house, and I would say this is stretched on further than.
But it's not like where you have like an ant infestation where it's like just like trails of ants. It's like a few every time you'll clean them up. There'll be like one or two, and then they'll come back. But yeah, lots of ants. And welcome, Samantha. How are you? It's good to have you here. And don't worry about being late, because we're all busy this time of year, so I totally get it. I was going to say something about, so why have we had such an increase in ants? Is that a moisture thing too? Yeah, I know, ants have been crazy. And you know what else I've noticed is a significant decrease in pollinators. I haven't seen any honeybees, and last year I had so many honeybees all over the garden, and I haven't seen a single one, and that's really depressing. So maybe we need to look into getting some honeybees. The lady made cages for her strawberry plants. Yeah, I want to figure out what to do about them, because it's a bummer. Bummer to have all the ripe fruit eaten. I think it's more of an issue with the weather, though.
Yeah, it wasn't until later on in the harvest season either, right? It wasn't happening at first.
Yeah, well, it's starting to happen because it's so wet on the ground.
Yeah.
And when it rains a lot, they ripen quickly, I feel like. Hi, Alternative Smallholding. Hey, Jasmine, how are you? I was just watching one of your videos the other day, and it looks like you have a lot of things going on in your garden. And I'm a little jealous because the weather out your way looks pretty ideal for growing things. And Joshua, yeah, snails are not fun. They're more common in the West, I feel like, too, like snails. We have a few here and there, but I remember as a kid, my dad used to pay my brother and I like a nickel for every bag of snails that we collected from his backyard or something like that, and we would like do it, because when you're kids, a nickel is great. 99 degrees heat warning. Oh gosh, that is not fun. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, and that's good, Chris. I'm glad to hear that your bees are enjoying that. Yeah, we have tons of crab apples. We got tons of not tons. We have a big lilac bush. We have lots of wild roses. We've got so many things blooming, like around our property. Lots of clover in the grass, and just very few bees, and that's really just sad. We are in western upstate New York. So we're near Rochester, New York, where it is much chillier than where you are. And we are probably about, well, we'll never really have the weather that you guys are having right now, but we're probably about 3 months behind you in terms of like growing season. Yeah, Samantha, it's just really a bummer to see all of that, all those issues kind of happening at once, and it's sad. Okay, so Josh, we have tons of bumblebees too, like tons of bumblebees. So I don't know, like very few honeybees, but lots of bumblebees, and a lot of carpenter bees, and a lot of parasitic wasps. And thanks, Samantha, you're awesome.
I feel like I'm constantly hanging out with the bees while I'm working on the barn roof. They fly around me everywhere.
Oh, Jasmine and Josh, keeping the chat lively. The clover, yeah.
It's challenging. Is that because of the rum?
What? Yeah, is the typing challenging because of the rum? I'm guessing. Yeah, Rochester area is great. It's really beautiful, very green. Where we are too, there's lots of hills. Just, I don't know, it's like a really beautiful property. I really love it here. I just I'm having a hard time with this slow spring, but I think it's just this year, and it doesn't really matter where you live. Some years are just
weird spring wherever you are.
Some years are just not what you want, and that's okay. Interesting, Josh. I've heard that they make really good pollinators. I haven't heard that they're better, but that's actually really interesting. And Samantha, yeah, I totally get that. They're so beautiful to watch. Hey, Ren Grows Things, welcome. Yeah, interesting. Wow, interesting. New Zealand too. I wonder if there's overall just a decrease in, I mean, I know we're having a decrease in honeybees, but I wonder if we're seeing an increase in bumblebees. Watkins Glen is so gorgeous. Yeah, Ithaca.
I like Ithaca.
That's mostly southeast.
Southeast, yes.
So about like an hour and a half from us, I think.
To where, Ithaca?
Yeah. Watkins Glen's probably more like an hour.
I think it's like an hour and a half.
Watkins Glen is so gorgeous. I love it down there. You still need to plant some plants. Lemongrass. Is lemongrass a perennial where you live? And yeah, I agree. It is really cute when they have pollen all over their legs. Also, they do dances with each other. You should try to film some of them. Sorry, I'm like covered. I have itches. So I have mosquito bites. Last night we were doing the goat. We were giving the goats copper boluses, which is basically like giving them a copper mineral. And it was like later in the evening when it was like mosquito hour, and we're like trying to stay still, but we're getting like bit by tons of bugs, and we're all just like squirming, trying to it was not fun.
We don't have a nice like milking stanchion or anything to hold them on, so it's all us just holding them down ourselves.
Yeah, it was not fun. So we couldn't like smack the bugs away.
Yeah.
So they were just biting us all over the place. Oh, cool. You have a cherry bush. I've seen those, but we don't have one.
An ant pollinating for them.
That's funny. I've seen a lot of ants on like our flowers, which is just interesting. Like I even saw them on my tomatillos, and I was just really surprised about that. Yeah. 8 degrees Celsius at night. What is that? What is that Fahrenheit? Like 40 something? 50?
Somewhere around there.
50? 50? And yeah, Sam, they dance to each other. They have like a dance. Hi, Junior. You're cute. He's not gonna stay.
I know, he's just being a rascal, so I'm trying to keep him out of trouble.
Let's see. Yeah, what is that Fahrenheit? 8 degrees.
I don't know.
I'm really bad. What is the equation? Is it like 3 times and you add?
It's 46.4. Thank you.
Whoa, calculator. That's cold. But you guys are so ahead of us, so maybe you just don't get, maybe you have a much earlier frost date. I think it happens earlier. Hi, are you sweet? He's being kind of friendly. Okay, sorry. 8 Celsius lows, but it's winter. Oh, because you're in New Zealand. That's right. So are you guys growing anything in the winter? Because I bet like brassicas grow really well there in the winter. In the winter for us, we grow snow. Lots of snow. Lots and lots of snow. I might try to do a low tunnel and try to keep some kale alive and maybe some winter greens. I might try and see what I can do with that, but I don't know if it's gonna work. I'll try. What do you think, Junior? Let's see. You know what lemongrass is really good for, Joshua, is making curry. I believe it's an aspect of curry dishes. Sleeping in a tent? Ooh, that's chilly. And you guys are up in the mountains, so are you camping? I'm guessing you're camping. Look at this friendly little guy. He's so sweet. I always remember like the summer solstice and everything because I mentioned this earlier because we got married in the summer solstice, so I feel like it's like a date that's just like so strong in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should try, Josh. I'd be really curious to see how it does in your greenhouse because yours would be a lot better suited than doing what we're gonna do, which is just put up some row cover hoops. And I agree, Joshua, we should get a greenhouse. It's just not in the budget right now,
or the schedule.
Yeah, more the budget though. I mean, it's expensive. If we had the funds to do it, well, we just don't want to do it and not do it well because we just don't want to
do it half baked.
Yeah. Exactly. You kept kale alive. That's cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try the row cover. I'm gonna try it. Thank you, Heritage Farms. I appreciate you being here, and I hope that we'll see you next time. What are you doing, Junior? He's in a little ball. Look at him.
Don't take him. He's nice and relaxed.
He's so cute. Are any of you guys cat people? Or are you dog people? Or are you neither? Look at him. We grow cats here at the Sunshine Farm. They're one of my favorite things to grow. They're so cute and snuggly. They're so cute. But we were just talking about greenhouses earlier because eventually I'd love to have a high tunnel and grow tomatoes, peppers, basil, heat-loving plants in the summer. And then I would love to have a efficient greenhouse that retains heat to do tropical plants and plant things in the winter that would do well in the winter.
Yeah.
So that would be my, oh my gosh.
That'd be a long-term goal to have a zero energy input for heating greenhouse.
Yeah. So cats, everyone loves cats. Glamping, canvas walls. Oh, that sounds chilly. A very fat cat named Mischief. I think I knew that, but that's awesome. You love both cats and dogs. Yeah, I love both cats and dogs too, but something about cats, they're just so, I don't know, cute.
Yeah.
They're difficult in some ways. This guy.
They can be very endearing.
This guy is difficult, but he's very, very, very sweet.
She's not talking about me.
Yeah, I'm talking about this guy right here. So cute. More than dogs. You can leave a cat on its own for a few days and it may be fine, but it will also probably be very sassy with you when you get back. Our cats always just miss us.
You don't have to have a presence with them constantly.
No, they're pretty self-sufficient.
Check in twice
they're
a day
pretty self-sufficient. Black cat named Pickles. You're a chicken person. That's funny. I'm a chicken person. I'm a chicken person. I'm a cat person. I'm a dog person. I'm a horse person. I'm a goat person. All the animals person.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of dogs. 4 dogs. I bet you're busy keeping up with them. They probably got a lot of energy. Don't Dobermans have a lot of energy? We've got a lab and a golden retriever, and our lab is crazy, but our golden retriever is pretty lazy, but she's also the one that's totally disobedient. He's purring really loudly right now,
You see how his
guys.
paws are crisscrossed? You can't see it on camera, unfortunately, but he looks really funny.
Sam as a wannabe barn cat. Very difficult. Yeah, they could be so difficult. Goats. Goats are awesome. I love our goats. We were doing their hooves yesterday too, and their hooves are just not good right now, mostly because of, well, they were never really good to begin with when we rescued them. But also the weather makes their hooves weird, and then not being on it enough. It's really hard to do our goats' hooves because they're all pretty skittish. They're not trained to stand or to let us just do them. So it's like one of us has to like capture them and the other one has to like, I don't know. It's a lot of work doing our, oh, and perfect. Rose is here.
Speaking of goats.
Speaking of goats, hey Rose. We were talking about how we had to do our goats' hooves yesterday, and we had to do copper boluses, and it was just, our goats are not easy. No, they're not. Kind of have to wrestle them.
It's a lot of work to get a hold of them.
We
And
don't
hold on to them.
have halters that fit them, so one person has to hold them, and one person has to do it, and it's always me that does it. And it's always him that holds them, and yeah, it's not fun. We need to build a milk stanchion just for the hoof maintenance, and yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I have to actually ask you some questions about their hooves, because they're not, one of them, they're not in good shape. They've never been in good shape. So I'll have to ask you some questions. But yeah, Rose, tell me, what's your favorite thing to grow? Because you've grown a lot of things. Like, top 3 favorite things. He's so cute right now. Are you gonna do something with him?
I'm just gonna try to adjust him higher.
He's like a little loaf. Look at this little guy. Hi, June. This is Junior, by the way. Junior.
Thank you.
Tomatoes. Bye, Jasmine. Have a good night.
See you later.
Okay, but Rose, I need to know other things, like, because you grow lots of unique things. I want to know, like, your peppers. Yeah, peppers are. I mean, I bet they grow so well for you too in Georgia. They probably love Georgia. They don't love New York. They're like, meh. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. What?
I just think he looks ridiculous on camera right now.
Yeah, Chris is just over here laughing.
His back leg sticking out in front of him like that.
He's just very happy. He's so guy. Ginger, garlic, all the things. Asparagus. That takes many years to grow too, so it's probably really rewarding. We have our ginger. It's planted. It's surviving. It's not thriving yet because it's been not super hot. It'll get there. Look at this guy. He's such a little purr ball. Well, things are kind of slowing down, and I know, Rose, you just got here, and I want to talk with you more, but I think I'm just sending you some Marco Polos because I have to ask you about our goats. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hop off, and we'll see you guys probably next week. And I'm gonna have some really cool things coming up here soon. A project I've been working on that I'm really excited about, and I'll be spending a lot of time on. So I would really love your support when it's ready. So I'll let you guys will know when it's ready. I'll try to share it and make it clear. But yeah, I could really use just support with it because it's a lot of work. And Rose knows a little bit about it. But Marco Polo is an app where you send video messages instead of like text messages. So you essentially, you just like leave a message and you talk, and then the person will respond with a video. So it's kind of fun. I really like it. I use it a lot with Rose. And yeah. So, okay, guys. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate all of you. We appreciate all of you. And thanks for being so supportive all the time and just being awesome. And if anybody's still here that's not a moderator, which I don't know if that is true, go give some love to the moderators who keep things entertained and just in check in case anything gets wonky, which it has before. So it's not on Instagram. It's a separate app. But yeah, so thanks, guys, and I'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.